Time now for Sid Sixero. This is where I get 60 seconds to just talk with my face. Start the clock, please. We'll just imagine it's there. Here's what's on my mind this morning. Last night, the Jays game, wow, a lot to talk about. You had Aaron Judge hit his 61st home run of the season for the New York Yankees. That ties an American League record. You had a couple of guys in left field for the Blue Jays who brought gloves to catch this ball, and oh no, the ball drops into the dugout. So many things. There's Roger Maris Jr., there's Aaron Judge's mom. But the one thing that stuck out to me among all this New York Yankee news is that the Blue Jays finished the series taking on one of the better teams in the American League, despite the fact they've been inconsistent throughout the year, and they lost 2 of 3. Now, I don't want to be that guy, but sometimes I don't mind being that guy. And I want to remind you that the Major League Baseball playoffs begin a week from tomorrow. The Jays are going to be there. If the Orioles lose today on Sportsnet against Boston, the Jays are in officially. But that's a team they just played over 3 nights that they're going to see in a lot of different ways starting next Friday. I am not of the opinion the Jays are ready to win a series. They're too immature, too many mistakes, and when series like this come up, they don't always pull through. But we'll see starting next Friday. We shall see. Arash Madani, who's been covering this team all season long, sees the Jays a lot. He's joining us here on Breakfast Television. Okay, Arash, we have the Judge home run last night tying the American League record. We have a couple of guys, including one named Frankie Lasagna, who failed to make the catch. We have the Jays dropping 2 of 3. What's your lead last night?
It's hard to top Frankie Lasagna.
And we'll talk about that more as the show progresses, believe me.
But, and history is always remarkable. But, Sid, I think the real story here is what are the Blue Jays going to be once they get into October, once the playoffs begin? This has been a ball club through, almost 155 games that still, as we sit here on the last Thursday of September, we don't really know who and what they are yet, which is wild. But then, and I listened to what you said about the playoffs coming in, I don't think there's a quality team in the American League outside of Houston, New York, period. So can the Blue Jays get through the wild card series? I think so. Can the Blue Jays make a little bit of a dent in the divisional series if they get hot? Absolutely. But as we sit here, to me, there's no definitive real statement on what this Blue Jays team is.
Let me ask you something, because it's going to happen. The Jays are going to the playoffs. And again, on Sportsnet today, you can check out the Orioles and the Red Sox. Jays' magic number is 1. It basically means this. If Baltimore lose today, the Jays are in. If Baltimore win, it bleeds into tomorrow. They're going to get it done eventually. If the Jays lose in the wild card round, Arash Madani, is this a successful year for Toronto or not?
No. No, it's not. This was a team that began the year, Sid. You and I woke up early together, or something, in late March with division title aspirations, really with World Series aspirations. They traded for Matt Chapman. They signed Kevin Gausman, $100 million free agent pitcher. George Springer was already here. They'd extended Jose Barrios. All the talk was, effectively, World Series, reaching the World Series or bust, winning the division or not. And guess who was spraying champagne in Toronto on Tuesday night? Not the Blue Jays, the Yankees. So this was a 91-win team last year. This was a team that was supposed to take a big step forward, a leap forward. And losing in the wild card series would not be that. Now, that said, Sid, I think the Blue Jays are a better team than Cleveland. I think they're a better team than Seattle. And I think they're a better team than Tampa. They should win the wild card series.
Arash, good stuff. I know what it's like at Sportsnet in a way when the Jays are hosting playoff games. It's all hands on deck. Arash, you're going to be busy with the rest of the team, one of the best in baseball. But you have an open invite. This story might go for a bit. We appreciate you. Please come back soon. Have a good day, man. Thank you.
I'd love to, Sid, as long as Frankie Lasagna can also be in studio together. Maybe the 3 of us can
We're working on that today, Arash. Details coming up in a second. We're working on the story of the day in the city of Toronto. We'll get to that in a second. Thanks, man. Have a great day. Arash Madani of Sportsnet. Check him out on Twitter. He's fantastic.